Hello, my beautiful Saggies. Welcome in if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. Trying something a little bit different as I've been researching because I've been on YouTube for, excuse me, over 2 years, and I'm still struggling to get subscribers. I don't know why. I have a lot of videos out there, a lot of playlists, etc. But so I've been doing some research, and the research says use thumbnails and show your face on camera. I don't necessarily like to do that, but this is the advice that was given by channels who have over 1 million subscribers or close to 1 million. More than 500,000, let's say. I watched several. Yesterday I did a lot of research on it. So we're going to get right into your coffee cup and card reading. I hope you're all doing well. Please do remember this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one. So looking at April to see what's coming in for you, my beautiful Saggies, and using the Enchanted Map. Yeah, this is the other thing. Enchanted Map Oracle. I have already pulled your Oracle card. You have number 7, Into the Unknown. And we're going to take a dive into this message here, but you can see she has a blindfold on. It looks like she has some kind of vines on her arm, on one arm, and a key hanging from the other. Lots of purple, like wisteria, hanging down. There are a few birds on the railing behind her. That is spirit messages trying to come in from those who have crossed over, from your guides, etc. Looks like there are some hearts hanging down from these wisteria here on the railing. Also, there's a rainbow behind her and some red curtains, maybe indicating that something is not known to you yet, something unseen, right? Also with the blindfold. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on in that card. So my plan, because it's hard for me to hold up each card and you can't see the cards as they're unfolding. So we're going to try going back to something I was doing when I first started my channel, which was to start the reading with me on camera talking to you and welcoming you in, and then going to the cards. So now I'm going to pause the camera and we're going to take a look at the cards, the cup, and pull some tarot live on camera for you. So let me just pause this. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. You're going to be able to see everything I'm doing. Here's your cup here. Going back to this card. This card is very intriguing, to me anyway. 7's a reflection. So thinking back to the things that you've done, the things that you've been through, things you've created, things you've wanted even, dreams that you've had, right? Dreams, goals. There's a lot of purple and red in this card. She also has some purple on her gown if you look down at the towards the middle. Okay, trust and all will be revealed. Yeah, I didn't read this verse, but I was saying that about the red curtain. It's not me, Lisa, it's my guides speaking through me. They're the ones who are giving the messages. The blindfold, obviously, right? She's walking ahead with her hands out. She has a key, right? Probably got to get rid of the vines on that hand. Those vines are almost making like a DNA looking strand right there. Okay, so life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times. You are required to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. Whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. Wow, Saggies, what a great start to this, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get into your coffee cup now and see what there is to add. Using my beautiful birch, it's really a teacup, using this because it's one of my favorites. I actually purchased this from a psychic medium that I had an appointment with, and it was sitting there on a shelf behind the table, and I asked her about it, and she said, oh, I actually have this up for sale on, I don't know, it was eBay, or it was a long time ago. And I said, well, how much do you want for it? And I believe it was $15. And I just loved it so much that I love birch trees, that I was like, okay, yeah, I'd like to buy it right now from you. Okay. All right, let's see. Here's the overview of your cup. Okay, Spirit. So right away, they're giving me, so this right here, they're telling me that you are evolving, your soul is growing, like almost up and out. It's almost like you're going to feel a huge, bigger, deeper connection with your guides, with yourself even, with your inner compass, with all of that, that you are growing and growing and growing and getting more connected along the way. Love that. Beautiful. Two paths are converging is what I'm hearing. So you have two things going on, two paths. I don't know. For me, I would think of it as this work and the work that I go to outside my home. Some sort of convergence is happening with those two paths. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know how I could do that, but it's okay. I give you what Spirit gives me, and I will listen back to this for advice for myself. I'm a Sagittarius, in case I didn't say that. Okay, let's see. Two paths converging. It could be two people. It could be some new partnership coming in. But it is going to be some sort of a catalyst for new growth. Like whatever this convergence is, it could be two projects, two people. There's something about two things meeting, converging, and creating something new. Just like the Temperance card, right? Adding something to temper it, to make it different. Let me see here. Oh my gosh. I see bagpipes again. Bagpipes right here. See that? That is my stepdad and my grandfather. Whenever I see that, if you have anybody Scottish in your family that's cross, they are popping in to say they see you, they see what they're doing, what you're doing, they're sending love. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. I appreciate it. Okay, let me see. It could mean a trip to Scotland. I mean, this is going to be different for everyone, right? For me personally, I know who that relates to, but it could be a trip to Scotland, Scottish roots, something to do with Scotland around you right now, or a Scottish person. Okay, let's see. Just trying to figure out, what are you trying to show me? So now they're showing me like a train being pulled in two different directions. There's like two smokestacks or whatever going up. It's a train. I can see the wheels on the bottom. Probably it's hard for you to see. Maybe you can. So you feel pulled in two different directions. This could have something to do with that convergence. Maybe the message is that you need to try to blend those two things more than you have been. Spirit, what are you trying to say? Sometimes when we try to keep two things separate, it's too much work, and we have to blend them together. Could have something to do with a blended family, but this feels more like being pulled in two different directions and not understanding how you can get those two things together to work in your best interest. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Not a whole lot of messages in this cup, but really important ones, right? That you're growing, your soul is growing, your connection is deepening, the two paths converging, being pulled, the bagpipes, the Scotland reference, and being pulled in two different directions. Underneath the bagpipes, I see 3 airplanes. Maybe some of you really are going to Scotland. I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments. There's some sort of possible trip. Or maybe some of you are listening from Scotland. I don't know. Okay. In the bottom of the cup, they're showing me somebody with their back against the wall. Back against the wall. Now, that can mean somebody has backed you into a corner, or you have done that and you're figuring out how to work out the situation. It can also just feel like they're telling me some of you feel a financial backing into a corner, but some of you feel backed into a corner by this, pulled in two different directions, like really confused about what to do. I've been there. I really have. Now they're showing me in the bottom of the cup. So you're being lifted up. You are literally being lifted up. You're being lifted up and worked on. This upgrade or deeper connection is going on right now. And oftentimes when we get into situations that are difficult, that's when we grow the most. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing that message in. Yeah. Okay. Not a whole lot in here, but very important messages. So let's see what the plate has now for other messages. What do you have to go along with what you've just given us? A lot of the grounds are right on the birch trees that are in the background. That to me would be indicative of growth, right? Growing right up. Growing, and spreading out. Yeah, Saggy. So it looks like you're in a period of growth right now, of spiritually being worked on, is what they're telling me. Spiritually being worked on. I love it. Okay, anything else? Yeah, I can't believe how these have landed like right on the picture of the birch trees in the background. Definitely growth. You're growing. Spiritually, especially. Now, here I see there's a person and all these ideas. You have a lot of ideas about what you want to do, where you want to go, things that you want to bring to fruition, maybe a project, a business, something like that. And just you need to tune in, feel into which ones of these give you that good feeling, right? And sometimes we're afraid to try something new, but we really feel drawn to do it. That's how we grow. You never know unless you try, right? See, I see a harp. That's whenever I see a harp, it reminds me of Ireland. So now we have Scotland in the cup and Ireland in the plate. Some of you may have Irish roots, maybe planning a trip to Ireland, Scotland, what have you. Now they're showing me a dancing fairy. Oh my gosh, another person playing the harp. So a couple of harps here. I would love to know in the comments. Would love to know. Love comments. Look forward to comments. So here, there's kind of a cloud here and a circle. They're still giving me that feeling of ideas, that you have a lot of ideas that you really want to work on and bring to fruition. Yeah. Okay. It feels like the biggest message here is about your growth in both the cup and the cards. I'm sorry, the cup and the plate, Jeepers Creepers, is a lot of growth going on and into the unknown. There are things, so those ideas and the things that you have, obviously, if you haven't done it, it's an unknown to you. But the message here from Spirit is you'll never know unless you try. Go for it. There's no, we learn as we go. Right? Just like me on this channel. In my feed, a video from 2 years ago popped up of a reading I did, and I I watched it just because I wanted, and I was so inspired by how much I have grown since I started this channel. And it's all been because of work and because of sticking to it, right? And believing, listening to my gut, right? Listening to my guides, really tuning in, meditating on the signs before I do all the things that I do to bring the messages to you. It's paid off as far as my growth, right? My learning, doing new things. My guides are always giving me different new ways to do these readings, different spreads, different types of messages, and I just go right along. I say, okay, if you want me to do that, it's like the ideas spinning around up there, and they just sometimes say, do it this way, or do it that way, or try this. Sometimes it's from research. Okay. I'm still getting to know and getting familiar with my Celestial Tarot deck. So I'm using those again. I used those in the last grouping, but, I really like them. I like the different energy that they have as compared to some of the other decks. Now, I've had a lot of advice. One of the advice. Oh, 10 of Wands. Yes. 10 of Wands. Wow. That's, well, in this deck, it doesn't look as difficult as it does in some decks, but that's all the work. That's closing out a cycle, starting a brand new one. Yeah. Yes. Okay. 3 of Cups, celebration. 3 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. More 3s, Saggies. I think in the last couple of readings I've done, 3s have come. I have been seeing 3s everywhere. 3, 33, 333. All over the place. Creation, collaboration, celebration, the Holy Trinity, all of those things that 3 represents. 8 of Cups, emotional walking away. Yeah, sometimes we have to leave something behind in order to get to the new thing. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, beautiful. Success, abundance, right? In what you're doing with your money, your time, your energy, your effort, it's paying off. The 8 of Cups, leaving something behind. Oh, the Hierophant. Okay. Wisdom, knowledge, Taurus energy. All right. So the first card out, 10 of Wands. Look at this person. They do not look burdened or held back or held down, but they have their eye on the next thing. We have been talking about that throughout the reading, right? 10s are the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a brand new one, because 10 pairs down to a 1 or reduces down to a 1. Wands are action and passion. Saggies, what is it that you are passionate about? What do you want your next project or next thing to be? 3 of Cups. Cups are emotion. This is the 3 maidens, or the 3 ladies, the 3 women, whatever you want to say. It's feminine energy celebrating. They are holding their cups up to that moon, that beautiful moon and all the stars in the sky, and they are happy and they are celebrating. Yes, Saggy. Yes. Then you have the 3 of Pentacles. I can't believe this, right? 3 of Cups is emotional. 3 of Pentacles is, don't they look so similar? Beautiful cards. 3 of Pentacles is creation and collaboration. What is your next thing going to be? So the 3 of them are all putting in their effort to create this. See how they're holding that up? And this is what they're creating. This beautiful, multicolored, multifaceted sort of rainbow of gemstones, right? Beautiful. 8 of Cups. So sometimes, as I said, you have to walk away, right? 8s are mastery and infinity. She is sitting there in her beautiful purple cloak with beautiful stars on it. And she is concentrating and focusing on what it is that she needs to walk away from so she can have some success. This almost looks like a guide that's up there, right? Almost looks like a person, or a guide. someone in the spirit world looking over her, watching over her as she decides what to walk away from and what to keep. You see, she's got one cup on her right side there. Love it. These cards are so gorgeous. It's totally different energy feeling than other decks that I have. That's why I keep getting different decks, because the energy I feel from each deck is different. Ten of Pentacles. Success, 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 abundance. Beautiful flowers creating this, all these pentacles hanging there, and these people on the hillside that are feeling the success of this, being thankful, being grateful. That's what it reminds me of. They're looking up at the created wealth, abundance, success. It doesn't always have to be about money, right? Your time, your effort that you have put in, the action that you have put in with the Ten of Wands turns into the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, Saggies. Yeah, you've done the work. Then you have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, so you could be plowing through, getting the things done. This is a wizard with sparkles all around it. Well, it looks like, the depiction on the card is a wizard. The Hierophant is typically, looks like the Pope. The Hierophant represents wisdom, education, knowledge. And here, it looks like he's imparting his knowledge on these two people here. So what have you learned? What do you have to teach others, right? Is what Spirit is giving me, that you are a teacher, Saggies. And that is, there are lots of Sagittariuses that are teachers, psychics, mediums, Reiki practitioners. Lots of Sagittarians have great wisdom to impart because they have lived more than one life here. Please don't unsubscribe because I said that. Hopefully, if you're on this channel, you know that we have multiple lifetimes. And in the lifetime that you're in now, I've been told that this is my 38th time on Earth. And so I bring with me all the wisdom of every life that I have lived, as do you, right? So fives are change. So is it possible that you have something to teach and you either haven't jumped off to do it or haven't, I don't want to say dared. It's something that you want to do, but maybe you just haven't put it into action, right? This may be your time, Saggies. It's time to teach what you know. It's time to impart your wisdom, right? The other thing about the Hierophant can be about religion and tradition. I forgot to say that because Spirit is really leading me into the more wisdom part of it, the more teaching part of it. All right, I'm gonna go to my Gilded Tarot and just ask Spirit, are there any more messages? Now, as far as the advice about keeping my videos under 15 minutes, when I do a coffee cup reading, I simply cannot do that. It takes 10 to 12 minutes just to get through the coffee cup messages. So, hopefully y'all are enjoying this. Why did I say y'all? I don't like that word. Knight of Pentacles. Feels like the money part of it isn't coming fast enough. King of Swords. That's having complete control of your words, your conversations, your thoughts. Page of Pentacles. Doing something new. Yeah, we've been talking about that through the whole time. Your ideas and whatnot. Four of Pentacles. What do you keep and what do you give? Okay, let's look at the cards that came out from the Gilded Tarot and get this message for you as well. Knight of Pentacles, right? Slow moving forward energy in your money situation. Yeah, money. So some of you, and I think you had this the last time, something about being held back by money. Don't worry about it. It's going to come through. Four of Pentacles. Wait, was that the next one? No, it was not. King of Swords. The sword of truth, right? One sword means there's an element of truth, but this is thoughts and communications. Do not think that you can't do it. Think that you can. Whatever you think you can do, says Spirit. Page of Pentacles. Even though you may not feel like you can do this as far as maybe the teaching or the business or the new thing that you're going to do, you can. Because nobody learns by not doing it, right? Saggies. Oh my gosh, I love that message. And then the Four of Pentacles. What do you keep and what do you give, right? This goes kind of along with that Eight of Cups. So here you have, sorry, I want to put them in order. Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. There is a financial element to what you're trying to do, but don't worry, right? Don't spend it all, but don't not invest either, okay? Remember that it's a learning thing. Be truthful and honest with yourself and others about what you're doing. It may be slow going, but if you don't start, you'll never know, Saggies. If you don't start, you'll never know. You have wisdom to impart, right? Remember the threes, Cups, Pentacles, celebrating, building, creating into the unknown. This, yeah, right? You don't know, but you're never going to know if you don't try. Oh my gosh, I love this for you. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, my Saggies, thank you so much for watching. Please, please, please give it a like and comment. Let me know what the how this resonated for you. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.